this education bill, $2.2 billion. I have a superintendent of school I trust impeccably on this. He says the 65 mandates in it wipe it out and will actually hurt the number of teachers in class to students. But we're at a reason we're still going to vote for it. I thought they were the DFL. They're all about the teachers and the kids. How is this possible?
This is a real wake-up call for educators and anybody who cares about education in the state of Minnesota. The superintendent of the Stillwater School District was quoted in the Star Tribune as saying, and here's your bumper sticker, all right?
Yep.
Worst session for education ever.
And they got $2.2 billion.
Worst session for education ever. And that's with a Democrat trifecta. That's with the Democrat Party in control of everything in the state. And that's also, as you say, spending more money than has ever been spent before, $2.2 billion. Now, how is that possible? How is it possible to, if money was going to solve the problem, then how is spending more money than has ever been spent before going to result in the worst session for education ever? And the answer is because school districts are not going to have meaningful control over how that money is spent. They don't get to decide how to prioritize educational operations in their district. They have to do what the legislature and the governor tells them to. And by the way, that includes designing their curriculum to be anti-racist. This is under the ethnic studies provision that was snuck into this bill and barely talked about, and certainly not talked about honestly by the majority. The majority is.
But sir, no one wants racism. Of course, we're all anti-racist. So why would you, what? How can you say that that would be a bad thing? Let's not be racist. Make the rule, put a bumper sticker on it, we're done.
Because I've actually read the bill and actually know what they really mean.
So that's where you catch the rest of us because we haven't.
Right. So they are euphemistically calling this ethnic studies, and they use the word anti-racist for exactly that reason, so that you look at it and go, well, I'm not racist and I don't like racism. Racism's bad. So what's wrong with that? Well, then you read what the definition of anti-racist is. And what it is it's trying to affect the redistribution of power and resources along racial lines. That's what they're trying to affect. And so they want to ingrain into school curriculum the idea that your child, your student, should be looking at other students and judging them according to the color of their skin and not the content of their character, so that they can then redistribute power and resources based upon this racial caste system that's being erected. Now, that's, to me, that's very much pro-racism. That's creating racists. That's literally training our children to become racists and bigots and to take action to seize people's power and resources based on the color of their skin. That's what the Democrats actually proposed and voted on and passed last week. Not happy, sunshine, feel good, rainbows, let's all get along, kumbaya. This is not about sharing an ethnic dish or wearing an ethnic outfit. This is about implementing communism in the state of Minnesota, literally.
But sir, let's be honest with me. Yes, you are one of, and I believe it's 247 of the most powerful people in the state. You have been held back because of your color. You know it in this state. We've all done you wrong.
Right.
All those people that voted for you, I don't know what the world they were thinking, but you've been treated poorly here. I mean, you're a radio announcer. You've been famous. I would like to apologize. You have been held back because of knuckleheads like me.
Clearly, right? And this is the absurdity that I pointed to on the House floor. I told them, look around the room. Are you kidding me? Look at us. They just got done celebrating this as the most diverse legislature ever elected. We had a social outing recently where a bunch of us went to the zoo. We were invited by the Minnesota Zoo to tour their facility. We brought our families. So I got to look at everybody's kids, and I brought my own. Lots of diversity there, lots of mixed race families. It occurs to me that MLK's dream has been achieved. We are living it. You have people who are
say that.
I did, and I will again, because it's true. It's true. My wife is white. My dad was black. My mom was white. I have mixed race kids. I live on a block across the street from me. There's an East African family down the street. It's blonde hair, blue eye, right? Like the whole spectrum is represented within a block of
But you understand, Mr. Hudson, Representative, the rest of us, we're terrified by this. This is terrible. I can't believe we've done this to ourselves. I don't get any of this. They make up there's names of all these groups that are I never heard of them. Been a white guy my whole life. I didn't even know who some Proud Boy. I'm tired of this. I'm glad you're where you're at. Doesn't affect me in the least. It's got to stop is all I'm saying.